Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
It's been a cold start to the new year, and tonight we are heading for yet another freeze. We're going to talk how low temperatures are going to go and when a warm-up is expected.
And the pandemic impacting the first day of school after winter break for some in San Antonio. Metro Health also elevating the risk level for our area as Omicron takes over our caseload.
Also, new year, new leadership for a local school district that is no stranger to controversy. What the interim superintendent for South San ISD is focused on for the new year. But first, we begin with COVID and the classroom. Yes, kids are back in school at San Antonio's largest school district, and Metro Health is upgrading the COVID risk level to severe just on the first day of school.
The rapid rise in cases being blamed on the Omicron variant. Metro Health reporting nearly 4,000 new cases of COVID-19 today. The positivity rate in our area now up to 27.3%. All this as the FDA moves to make more people eligible for booster shots.
The Night Team's Lee Waldman spoke with parents about their concerns.
It's a familiar sight after Christmas break. Masked kids waiting to get picked up.
My daughter, I have Jenna Lee. She's 11 and she's in the 6th grade.
Not familiar, a missing teacher on the first day back.
One of her teachers got infected with the COVID, so they had to transfer her and the rest of the students to another class.
That teacher, one of 1,260 staff members in Northside ISD who called out sick. Not all are COVID related. Most of those positions needed to be filled by subs. Nicole Johnson's little girls go to Colonies North, another Northside ISD school. They noticed kids missing in their classes.
Kids was missing.
Kids were missing?
Yes.
People were out sick? Yeah. What about for you?
Kids were missing, but I don't know if it has something to do with sick.
These absences are coming as vaccination rates in children remain low. According to data by the Mayo Clinic, 10.6% of kids aged 5 to 11 in Texas are fully vaccinated. For 12 to 17-year-olds, it's 52.5%. Dr. John Fitch, a local pediatrician, hopes that number goes up.
We're giving it to our own kids, which means we feel comfortable with the safety of it.
Doctors say boosters are vitally important when it comes to Omicron. For kids too young for the shot, Dr. Ruth Berggren says masks are key to staying healthy.
Like a KN95 or an N95 mask, or at the very least, a surgical mask, a plain old face cloth covering. It's just not going to cut it.
As it stands now, Moderna and Johnson & Johnson limit shots to those 18 and older. Pfizer's first 2 shots are approved for children as young as 5. But when it comes to Pfizer's boosters, only those 16 and older are approved. The FDA wants that lowered to 12 years old, but the final decision is with the CDC.
They need these boosters. They need these vaccinations. And the more kids that get vaccinated, the better it is for everybody.
University Health says they'll start offering the Pfizer booster shot for kids ages 12 and up whenever the CDC officially makes their recommendation. And the same rules apply. Children need to have a parent or guardian with them to give written permission. Live outside of University Hospital, Lee Waldman, KSAT 12 News.
All right, thank you, Lee. The rise in cases also leading to more hospitalizations. Here in Bexar County, 506 people are in local hospitals tonight. 22 of them are pediatric patients. There was already a need for more help in the healthcare field. The Department of State Health Services sending out-of-state nurses to San Antonio and other surrounding counties to help out with this latest surge of COVID-19. A little more than 400 nurses and some respiratory therapists are expected. This will be the 4th time since the pandemic began that the state has used contract nurses from out of state.
Now, doctors continue to urge more people, of course, to get the vaccine. Just a reminder that kids 5 and older can get the shot. The Wonderland of America's Mall has a free clinic every day this week through Friday, and that's going from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office is also going to hold a free drive-through clinic outside the jail on Kamal Street from 6:30 a.m. to 5:30 in the evening. You can also check your local pharmacy if you want a free vaccine. All right, so now we're going to take things outside because temperatures are taking yet another dive tonight. We are expecting to hit another freeze, but the question is whether this is going to be like the last time.
Yeah, meteorologist Sarah Spivey tracking how cold it's going to get tonight. Sarah.
Well, thank you, Myra and Stephania. Now, we do have one thing working in our favor.
And that's clouds, which have moved in from the west. Take a look at the visible satellite imagery. Here we've got San Antonio and out to the west, Del Rio, and you can see these clouds moving in from the west. Now, overnight tonight, these clouds are going to act like a blanket for the first part of the night and kind of keep temperatures at least a little warmer than they were 24 hours ago. You know, we're already 10 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago. At this time yesterday, we were starting to see temperatures dip to freezing. Outside right now, it's in the low 40s, but we will eventually see a freeze, but that'll happen close to dawn tomorrow morning. And it's just going to be a light freeze. Temperatures ranging from 30 to 32 degrees just for a couple of hours. Unlike this morning when we were at 26 degrees in San Antonio and well below freezing for several hours. So that's still enough to damage any kind of sensitive vegetation. So make sure to keep those plants inside or covered up tonight, and make sure your pets have a warm place to stay. But again, we're expecting a light freeze tomorrow morning, but over the next couple of mornings will actually be a little bit warmer. Temperatures will even be in the 70s at one point over the next 48 hours. I'll have a look ahead in just a few minutes. Stephanie?
All right, Sarah, thank you. So with the winter weather setting in, the search for Lena Keel continues. It's now stretching into its third week. You know, Lena was last seen on December 20th at a playground at her apartment complex on Fredericksburg Road. Now, police re-released several of Lena's pictures, which you see right here. They're looking for new leads in the case, and anybody who has information that leads to finding her can get $150,000 in reward money. So if you know anything, call the San Antonio Police Department's Missing Persons Unit. That number is on your screen. It's 210-207-7660. And in the meantime, we know that several volunteer groups are also continuing their search for the 3-year-old little girl.
Police are also looking for leads after 2 men were shot and a third man was tied up. One victim shot in the back, the other in the shoulder, and officers believe this was a targeted attack. This happened around 4:30 this morning on the city's west side on Clower near West Avenue. Police say 2 suspects woke up the people inside. One man answered the door, but the suspects dragged him out.
He actually got pulled out into the front yard and zip tied, and they threw him on the ground.
With that man out of the way, police say the suspects shot their intended targets inside the home. Those 2 men shot. They are expected to survive. The suspects that got away were in a silver Jeep.
A high failure rate, low student attendance, and low morale. These are all issues at the South San Antonio Independent School District. But now that the district has a new leader, he's bringing in a new vision. The night team's Patty Santos tells us more about Henry Izaguirre and his plan to hit the ground running when the new semester in that district starts on Wednesday.
More than 1,400 students left South San ISD for other districts in the past 3 years. That equal to more than $9 million in loss of state funding. Interim Superintendent Henry Izaguirre says fixing the failing state of academics, enrollment, and finances are his first focus.
The real work is happening at the campuses. So that's where the focus needs to be, and that's where we need to pay more attention to.
Izaguirre was placed as interim superintendent last month. Superintendent Mark Puig was placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of a board summoned investigation dealing with questionable comments he made regarding hiring. Last semester, the Texas Education Agency launched a new investigation into the board's conduct when a state-appointed monitor was already in place. Izaguirre says he's focused on the task at hand.
I've met with our leadership team, and our focus is our schools and our kids. And, I'm not going to let the distractions interfere with what we have to do down there at the campus level.
Izaguirre, who worked for the district in the past and was a finalist for the superintendent position, says he's passionate about making a change in the interim position.
If I'm going to be sitting in that chair, whether it's today, tomorrow, and that'll be the end of it, I can assure you that the commitment will be there, however number of days. Work tirelessly to make sure that what we're doing is right.
And Izaguirre's contract with the district ends June 30th. He's going to be paid more than $105,000. He's also going to get a one-time payment of more than $6,000 for 1 week's worth of work in December. Now, Superintendent Puig is also still getting paid. It is not clear how long the investigation into him or when it will begin, and all of this being paid with taxpayer money. Stephania, Myra?
Patty, thank you. Now, coming up, the new year began, but no one's hit the jackpot. Here's the question. Will that change tonight? Maybe. We're going to take a look at the Powerball numbers.
And investigators want to know what's going on behind the scenes of the Trump family business. The subpoenas issued for more family members coming up.
Also, police are hoping to find the suspects in a party that got out of control. New video just released an hour ago. That story next on the Nightbeat.
Crime Stoppers is sharing some new video tonight. Police say a party ended with one person stabbed several times. Part of that chaos was caught on cell phone video. It's some video that you may find disturbing. Police say this party happened December 5th at an apartment at the Reserve at San Antonio. Some people apparently showed up without an invitation. Officers say several men and women attacked a person who tried to kick those people out. So far, 2 people in the video have been arrested, but police need your help identifying the others involved here. If you can help, call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-STOP. An employee with the San Antonio Police Department accused in a hit-and-run case. That case taking place on New Year's Day. Police arrested 28-year-old Jessica Clare just after midnight New Year's Day. She's charged with felony failure to stop and render aid after she allegedly hit a man with her vehicle on Divine Street. This is near downtown. The man suffered a non-life-threatening injury to his head. Now, records showed that a witness actually helped police capture Clare. She was released from jail on a $30,000 bond, and the department has since placed her on administrative leave.
Family business practices under scrutiny now for the Trump family. The New York Attorney General issuing subpoenas for Ivanka Trump and Donald Trump Jr. regarding a civil investigation. So investigators want to know if the Trump administration manipulated the value of its properties. The Trump Organization and its executives are also facing a criminal investigation for allegedly inflating the value of assets. Prosecutors have been speaking with witnesses. Former President Trump was previously issued a subpoena for testimony. The deadline for that is Friday, but Trump's lawyers are vowing to fight it. Also under investigation, the January 6th riot. The House Select Committee looking into the attack interviewed more than 300 people and also issued dozens of subpoenas. Committee Vice Chair Liz Cheney claims that the evidence they've uncovered so far shows that former President Donald Trump watched the violence but refused to act.
We have firsthand testimony that his daughter Ivanka went in at least twice to ask him to please stop this violence. I think that there's absolutely no question that it was a dereliction of duty.
Thursday marks 1 year since that attack. Both President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris will address the nation that day.
Let's take a look outside with live cam tonight. We've talked about another freeze expected tonight, but if you're waiting for a warm up, you won't have to wait too long. Sarah.
No, how about a couple hours after sunrise tomorrow?
All right, that sounds good.
It'll be in the upper 50s by noon tomorrow. So, yeah, a little bit of a warm up for us, and eventually the 70s on Wednesday for the afternoon high. Let's take a look at today, though. It was very cold this morning. We got down to 26 degrees in San Antonio, in the teens in the hill country this morning. This is the coldest morning we've had since the winter storm in February 2021. And we were about 9 hours below freezing this morning. Our high temperature, though, 56. So it was cool and chilly all day, but still a 30-degree jump from the morning to the afternoon. That's impressive warmth, all because of that Texas sunshine. Now, before the break, I mentioned that there are some clouds moving in from the west that have acted as a blanket to prevent the temperatures from dropping too much. And look out toward Del Rio. It's still 54 in Del Rio, 50 in Carrizo Springs. So the further west you go, the warmer the temperatures are, as those clouds have been around there for a little bit longer. Meanwhile, it's already 33 degrees in Austin and 39 in New Braunfels. They've had clearer skies for longer, and so the temperatures have fallen there very quickly. 44 right now in San Antonio and 35 in Kerrville. But we're still going to be able to see temperatures drop by another 10 or so degrees from where they're at right now. So by the start of tomorrow morning, we are going to have a light freeze in the area. Right around San Antonio will be anywhere from 30 to 32 degrees, but up in the hill country, 20s are likely. Let's go ahead and zoom in to Bexar County. In southern Bexar County, it'll be just barely freezing, Losoya to Elmendorf to Lavernia, but in northern Bexar County, right around 30 degrees. So a few hours below freezing for areas like Leon Springs, Timberwood Park, Bulverde, and even New Braunfels. So just a light freeze for us. Your light freeze precautions, like making sure those plants are covered up or brought in, are going to be important for the early morning hours tomorrow. But as I mentioned, as soon as we see the sun, we are going to warm up. In fact, we'll be about 10 degrees warmer tomorrow than we were today in the afternoon, with highs comfortable in the mid 60s. Right in the mid 60s, even in the upper 60s in southern Bexar County, and close to 70 degrees in areas like Pleasanton. Now, we're also going to see a subtle increase in the humidity tomorrow, starting off the day pretty bone dry with dew points in the 20s. That's very, very dry. But throughout the day, dew points should rise by about 20 degrees or so. And by the end of the day, dew points will be in the 40s. Now, that's not going to be noticeably muggy. You're not going to feel the humidity out there. But as a weather fact, the temperature cannot drop below the dew point. And so that means that by the start of Wednesday morning, our temperatures are not going to be able to get to freezing. So Wednesday and Thursday morning, we are going to avoid a morning freeze. In fact, morning lows will be in the low 40s. So chilly, but definitely not freezing. Then a front does arrive on Thursday and briefly drops us below freezing once again by Friday morning. But here's the thing, we're not going to spend long below freezing even on Friday, because high temperatures are going to rise as soon as we see the sun. By Wednesday, we'll be at 71, 63 Thursday, and even on Friday, 56 after that front moves through. It's very dry around south central Texas. In fact, drought is starting to creep back in, but look at this. We really don't have much significant chance for rain over the next 7 days at all. Big ol' hole over the state of Texas, as it's going to be very dry for us for this first part of January at least. So light freeze tomorrow morning will already be in the upper 50s by noon, 65 for the afternoon high, southwest winds 5 to 15, even warmer on Wednesday, and then that front will arrive on Thursday, probably kicking up that mountain cedar again, unfortunately.
All these allergy sufferers, I know. Now, before we go to sports, the numbers are now in for tonight's Powerball, so we want you to grab your tickets, or at least just maybe grab the DVR or record this, because the lottery's jackpot jumped to $540 million after nobody won in Saturday night's drawing. Now, no one's won the jackpot in almost 3 months, but without further ado.
Okay, here we are. Tonight's numbers: 2, 13, 32, 33, 48. The Powerball is 22. The Power Play is 2. Now, if someone wins with these numbers, they'll be able to choose between a lump sum cash out of $384 million or the entire $540 million in 30 payments made over several years.
Minus taxes.
Minus taxes.
Whatever. At that point, you're rich.
Taxes.
There you go.
Would you stay here and work if you knew you had just won? Or would you race out the door?
I should go check my ticket.
So here's the thing. No, I would stay, but only so that I'd be like, no, I didn't win. I'm here, obviously, because you know what happens when you win the lottery like that.
What happens?
Friends real fast.
Yeah, exactly. Long lost family.
So you don't want to tell anybody, in other words.
Nope, I'd be quiet. All right. So some people would say that Angie, Becky Hammond, there you go, that she won the lotto.
Yeah, in her eyes, I'm sure she has, because in this case, she wants to be a head coach. Her first opportunity to do so is in the WNBA, and today they made it official while she was in Toronto with the Spurs. And when we come back, we have all-star workouts getting ready for the big game this Saturday in the Alamo Dome coming up.
Two things that people always said, you know, you've only been in San Antonio and you've never been a head coach. Well, I can tell you right now, Mark Davis met me, Nikki met me and said, that's a head coach right now. That's a head coach right now. We're going after her. She's the person. And so that's why they got me.
Even though she's going to remain with the Spurs for the end of the season as assistant coach, Becky Hammond was introduced today as a head coach in Big Board Sports. Becky Hammond will get her wish as a head coach, and while it's not in the NBA yet, it is with the WNBA, and with her old team, the San Antonio Stars, have moved to Las Vegas to become the Aces, even though we knew about it last week. The official announcement coming today from Las Vegas and Toronto, since Becky is with the team in Toronto for tomorrow's game against the Raptors. Hammond agreeing to a 5-year contract with Las Vegas following her 16-year playing career that included 8 years in New York Liberty, beginning in 1999, the same year the Spurs won their first ever NBA title, and then suiting up for San Antonio for another 8 seasons starting in 2007. Then following her retirement in 2014, head coach Greg Popovich making Becky part of his coaching staff, making Hammond the first full-time female assistant coach in NBA history. And after 8 seasons on the Spurs bench, she's making this move. Listen to what Becky had to say when she got the call from team president Nikki Fargas.
When she first called, I had no intentions of leaving the NBA at this point, and after talking to her and wrestling and throwing around different ideas and stuff, obviously I came to the conclusion that this was the best spot for me and my family, and an opportunity for me to, sit in the big chair and be a head coach of a major professional sports league. And so I feel like I'm ready to have my own team. And this is the organization that made it very, very obvious they wanted me really, really bad.
Hammond is interviewed for several NBA head coaching vacancies, the most recent with the Portland Trail Blazers, but that job went to Chauncey Billups. And we believe there is nothing to preclude Hammond from returning to the NBA should that opportunity arise again. Our San Antonio Spurs are north of the border in Toronto. At least most of the team is. The Silver and Black deal with their worst COVID outbreak of the season so far. Lonnie Walker IV and Doug McDermott have gone into the league's health and safety protocols. Or star guard DeJounte Murray is working himself back after clearing health and safety protocols after missing the Spurs' last 3 games. They're in the middle of a 7-game road trip, their second longest of the season compared to the 8-game rodeo road trip this year. The short-handed Spurs have already lost to the Grizzlies in Memphis, 118-105, to the Pistons in Detroit, 117-116 in overtime, and still have 5 games left. And remember, they've already won 1 game postponed against Miami and San Antonio after the Heat could not muster the required minimum 8 players. Now the road trip continues in Toronto tomorrow, but not before workout today. Senator Jakob Berto says the team needs to stay strong mentally.
It's like a fighter's mentality. You gotta look at it in a like next man up type of way. A lot of teams are struggling with players out. So yeah, like I said, just about having the right mentality, I think.
All right, take a look at this road trip as it continues tomorrow, Toronto, Wednesday in Boston, Friday in Philly, Sunday in Brooklyn, and Monday, January 10th at New York. Workouts begin for this weekend's San Antonio Sports All-Star Game next.
Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
Even though the Dallas Cowboys lost out on an opportunity to challenge Green Bay for the #1 seed in the NFC, they can still move up in playoff positions if they beat the Eagles in Philadelphia this weekend. It's after the last game of the regular season was flexed to Saturday night. But they will need help. They will need the Rams to lose to the 49ers to move to #3. And if the Bucs lose to the Panthers as well, they could get as high as #2. But if the season plays out the way we expect it to, the Cowboys would host the Cardinals again in the first round of the postseason.
Obviously with everything in front of us, we understand, the scenarios and so forth. But yeah, we're going to Philadelphia and we're going to, line up to do what we need to do to win the game.
All right, the Cowboys-Eagles game in Philadelphia has been flexed to Saturday night, 7:15. You can see that game live right here on KSAT 12. 116 student athletes representing 62 high schools will participate in the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by HEB this Saturday in the Alamo Dome following the All-American Bowl. KSAT 12 Sports dropped in on the Team Black practice today at Hero Stadium with Mark Soto as their head coach. And you may be asking yourself, why is he wearing Johnson blue when he's accepted the job as the new head coach at Judson? But when he agreed to coach his All-Star team, he was with the Jaguars.
It's amazing. You dream about playing in this game, which I got to do way back in the day, and now I get to coach it. Yeah, it's amazing. With this Johnson staff, it's going to be our last ride together, so we want to make it important, make it special.
All right, the San Antonio Sports All-Star Football Game presented by HEB will be held in the Alamo Dome this Saturday at 5. Tickets available at the Alamo Dome box office and Ticketmaster. We'll be keeping up to date with their other teams starting tomorrow.
All right, Greg, thank you.
You got it.
We'll be right back after this.
A light freeze is expected tomorrow morning, but it'll be comfortable in the afternoon, 65. Then 71 on Wednesday and Thursday with patchy morning fog. Another front arrives Thursday, dropping us down below freezing Friday morning. Mild over the weekend, small chance for rain.
All right, let's just stay warm. And don't forget that Good Morning San Antonio starts at 4:30.
Have a great day.